Are you a fan of action movies? If you are, then listen up. Those superheroes on screen are just scripted characters, playing pretend behind fancy effects. In real life, those so-called heroes have nothing on the people you're about to see. The world is full of mysteries, and hidden among them are real humans with abilities that seem impossible to explain. Surprised? You should be. But don't stay curious too long, because we've already tracked them down for you. In this video, we'll meet 15 real-life superheroes who actually exist. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to see power in its purest, realest form. Number 15. Kevin Richardson. Some people train animals. Kevin Richardson lives among them. Born in 1974 in Johannesburg, South Africa, he became world famous for forming bonds with lions that should have torn him apart. Unlike traditional handlers, Kevin never uses whips or cages. He relies on trust. Over decades, he's built a sanctuary where he wrestles, naps, and even walks hand in paw with full-grown lions and hyenas. His understanding of animal psychology lets him predict behavior almost instinctively, reading body language that most people would miss. It's not magic. It's a connection on another level. Scientists call it risky. Kevin calls it respect. He spent years proving that even top predators respond to compassion over fear. When a lion hugs him, it's not a trick. It's mutual recognition. Watching Kevin move through his sanctuary feels less like a man taming beasts and more like one belonging to a kingdom that forgot where its borders end. Number 14. Hai Ngok. Most people panic after one sleepless night. Hai Ngok hasn't slept since 1973. Born in Quang Nam Province, Vietnam, his insomnia began after a fever and never ended. Doctors examined him, expecting exhaustion, but Hai showed no weakness, no fatigue, and no decline in focus. He farms, carries heavy loads, and lives a full day's work without rest, often saying he simply feels awake. Over 50 years later, he's become something of a legend in his village, where neighbors jokingly call him the man who guards the night. Scientists never discovered how his body resists the biological need for sleep, and he never sought fame or study. He remains content tending rice fields, his only complaint being boredom while everyone else rests. Hai's endurance challenges everything known about human limits. For him, the night isn't downtime. It's just another shift. In a world powered by caffeine, he's living proof that rest may not rule everyone. It keeps getting stranger. Watch what's coming next. Number 13. Claudio Pinto. Claudio Pinto from Brazil has a talent that sounds unbelievable until you see it. He can push his eyeballs almost half an inch out of their sockets on command. This unusual ability is caused by extremely flexible eye muscles, which allow him to control his eyeball movement more than most people. Doctors have confirmed that he suffers no pain or damage from doing it. Claudio started performing his skill for fun, but it quickly made him famous at local shows and television programs. His eye-popping act might look strange, but it's completely natural for him. He once said it feels just like raising an eyebrow. Over the years, he has demonstrated it repeatedly without any issues, turning a biological peculiarity into a visual trademark. People may react with shock or laughter, yet for Claudio, it's simply another way his body works. Number 12. Ben Underwood. Ben Underwood lost both eyes to cancer when he was 3 years old, but that never stopped him from seeing in his own way. Born in 1992 in California, he developed echolocation by clicking his tongue and listening to the echoes that bounced off nearby objects. The sound allowed him to sense walls, trees, and even moving cars. Using this technique, he could skateboard, play basketball, and ride a bike without help. His hearing became so sharp that he recognized shapes and distances by sound alone. Scientists studied his ability and compared it to how bats or dolphins navigate. Ben lived an active life, went to regular school, and preferred independence over assistance. He passed away in 2009, but his skill remains one of the clearest examples of human adaptation. What others considered impossible was simply his normal way of understanding space through sound. You're about to meet someone whose ability defies logic. Number 11. Rajmohan Nair. Rajmohan Nair, known in India as the Electric Man, can conduct electricity through his body without feeling pain or injury. Born in Kerala, he discovered the ability after receiving an electric shock that should have been fatal but left him unharmed. Curious, he began testing himself with live wires and soon realized his skin and internal resistance could handle extremely high voltage. Engineers recorded current passing through his body while he powered light bulbs, irons, and even electric fans using only his hands. His calm response during these tests surprised scientists, as his body temperature and heart rate remained steady. Rajmohan often demonstrates his skill publicly, dipping wires in water or touching circuits that would instantly harm an average person. Experts believe his dry skin and unique resistance levels slow current flow, protecting him from burns. He continues to live a simple life, occasionally joining demonstrations to show how unusual biology can get. Number 10. Al Herpin. Al Herpin, from Trenton, New Jersey, gained attention in the early 1900s for claiming he hadn't slept in decades. He said the last time he remembered falling asleep was in his youth, yet he stayed healthy and alert for the rest of his life. Doctors examined him but found no evidence of exhaustion or mental decline. His case puzzled sleep researchers, especially because he worked regularly and ate modestly without showing signs of fatigue. Neighbors described him as friendly and active, often reading late into the night instead of resting. When questioned, he said he simply never felt sleepy, though scientists never confirmed the biological reason. His story remains one of the strangest recorded examples of lifelong insomnia. Al lived into his late 80s, still claiming to have gone his entire adult life without sleep. Whether anomaly or adaptation, his body somehow managed to function normally without the nightly rest everyone else needs. Wait till you see what the next person can do. Number 9. Michel Lotito. Some people have strange diets, but Michel Lotito's meals were made of metal. Born in Grenoble, France in 1950, he gained worldwide attention for eating materials no one else could digest. His stomach lining was unusually thick, allowing him to consume metal, rubber, and glass without harm. Over his lifetime, he consumed bicycles, shopping carts, and even a Cessna airplane, which he finished piece by piece over 2 years. He chewed through small parts, mixed them with oil and water, and swallowed them like ordinary food. Doctors confirmed his digestive system could handle it safely, though no one could explain why. He performed publicly for years, turning industrial scrap into snacks. Michel passed away in 2007 of natural causes, not from his diet. His meals remain unmatched, proof that sometimes the human body can adapt to things that make no sense at all. His nickname still stands, Monsieur Mange-Tout, the man who ate everything. Number 8. Dean Karnazes. Running non-stop for hours is tough. Dean Karnazes does it for days. Born in 1962 in California, he discovered in his 30s that his muscles produce almost no fatigue-causing acid. This rare endurance lets him cover hundreds of miles without rest. In 2006, he ran 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 consecutive days, an achievement that pushed his name into endurance history. He eats while running, keeps talking during ultramarathons, and once ran 350 miles straight in just over 3 days. Doctors have studied his physiology and found his recovery rate unusually fast, allowing his heart and muscles to stay stable far longer than average. When asked how it feels, he says it's simply What My Body Was Made to Do. Karnazes continues to run in charity events, often covering distances that would require a car for most people. His endurance isn't about breaking records. It's how his system operates every single day. Ready for another? This next human ability is on another level. Number 7. Isao Machi. A flying bullet travels too fast for the human eye to see unless you're Isao Machi. Born in 1973 in Osaka, Japan, he's known for his unmatched precision with a katana. Years of disciplined training in Aikido sharpened his reflexes beyond what seems humanly possible. High-speed cameras have shown him slicing an airsoft pellet in half while it's still mid-air. Scientists studying his reactions found that his brain processes visual cues faster than the average person's by a noticeable margin. Machi has demonstrated his skills on TV shows and at martial arts events around the world. For him, it's not about speed. It's about reading movement before it happens. He treats every cut as a controlled calculation. Watching him draw his sword feels more like witnessing a system in motion than a performance. To most, it's a superhuman reflex. To him, it's simply years of practice turned into precision. Number 6. Harold Williams. Fluency in 50 languages sounds like fiction, but Harold Williams achieved it long before modern translation tools existed. He was born in 1876 in Auckland, New Zealand, and began studying foreign words before the age of 10. By adulthood, he could read and converse in nearly every major European language, along with several Asian and Middle Eastern ones. His work as a journalist and war correspondent allowed him to use them daily. He amazed diplomats by switching tongues mid-conversation without hesitation. Some called it memory, others said it was intuition. Williams himself described it as curiosity that never shut off. During World War I, he helped translate complex negotiations, bridging cultures through words. His ability remains one of the most extensive linguistic feats ever recorded. While many study for years to master one language, Harold simply moved through dozens with ease, leaving behind a record no one has matched since. Hold on, the next story might be the most unbelievable yet. Number 5. Tummo monks of Tibet. In the coldest parts of the Himalayas, Tibetan monks practice a breathing technique known as tummo. It allows them to raise their body temperature enough to dry wet sheets placed on their backs in freezing weather. Western researchers first documented this in the 1980s, after seeing monks meditate calmly in sub-zero conditions. Their core temperature rises through controlled breathing and focused visualization. No heaters, no tricks, just concentration and discipline. Measurements confirmed that their skin temperature increased by up to 17 degrees Fahrenheit. The monks say the goal isn't warmth, it's mastery over the body's internal energy. For outsiders, the process looks impossible, but it's part of their daily spiritual routine. While scientists try to analyze it, the monks treat it as a form of mental training, not performance. Their practice continues in remote monasteries, quietly showing that the human body can adapt to extremes through patience and control alone. Number 4. Mas Oyama. Karate has many legends, but few match Mas Oyama's reputation for raw strength. He was born in 1923 in South Korea and trained in multiple martial arts from an early age before moving to Japan. Determined to test his limits, he founded Kyokushin Karate, a full-contact discipline built on endurance and power. Oyama's training was extreme, striking trees, meditating under waterfalls, and living alone in the mountains for years. His most famous feats involved fighting live bulls bare-handed, breaking their horns with single blows. These acts were documented by witnesses and made him a global martial icon. In 1953, he began teaching students worldwide, emphasizing willpower over technique. When asked why he fought bulls, he said it wasn't for fame, it was to understand fear. His legacy endures through the Kyokushin schools still active today, where his methods remind practitioners that strength begins with control, not destruction. The next one takes human limits even further. Number 3, Shakuntala Devi. Mental calculation at her level didn't need tools or technology. Shakuntala Devi, born in 1929 in Bangalore, India, could solve complex mathematical problems faster than machines of her time. Her talent showed up early when she solved advanced equations without formal schooling. In 1980, she earned a place in the Guinness Book of Records after multiplying two 13-digit numbers entirely in her head. She gave the correct answer in just 28 seconds. Researchers at universities tested her repeatedly, confirming her calculations were accurate every time. She also worked as an author, writing books on mathematics and human memory. Unlike many prodigies, she didn't use formulas or shortcuts. She visualized numbers and processed them instantly. Shakuntala performed live demonstrations around the world for decades, showing that calculation could be as natural as conversation. Number 2, Roy Sullivan. Roy Cleveland Sullivan, a U.S. park ranger from Virginia, holds the Guinness World Record for surviving the most lightning strikes ever recorded. Born in 1912, he worked in Shenandoah National Park, where open landscapes made him a frequent target for storms. Between 1942 and 1977, lightning struck him 7 separate times. Each strike caused minor burns or injuries, but never killed him. The first hit a lookout tower and burned his leg. Later strikes scorched his hair, eyebrows, and shoulders, sometimes setting his clothes on fire. After the 1972 incident, he began carrying a bucket of water in his truck as a precaution. Despite these events, he continued his duties and stayed calm during storms. Colleagues confirmed each documented case, making his record one of the most verified in Guinness history. Sullivan passed away in 1983, but his case remains unmatched. No one else has survived that many lightning strikes over a lifetime of outdoor service. You think you've seen it all? The next one might change that. Number 1. Li Qingyuan. Li Qingyuan, a Chinese herbalist and martial artist, is one of the most debated longevity cases ever recorded. Historical reports claim he was born in 1677 in Sichuan province and lived well past 190 years. Government archives from the early 20th century even documented official congratulations sent to him on his 150th and 200th birthdays. Li spent most of his life in the mountains collecting herbs and practicing Qigong breathing techniques. He worked as an herbal medicine expert for the Chinese army and was known for his calm, disciplined lifestyle. When interviewed in his final years, he credited his health to a simple diet and long walks. He reportedly died in 1933, though many disputed the actual year. Whether every date is accurate or not, Li's documented vitality and strength at extreme old age remain unmatched in medical history. Every person in this list shows how far human ability can reach. Some can survive lightning, some control body temperature, and others perform feats that sound unreal until you see them. What movies imagine these individuals already live every day? Well, if you liked discovering these real-life superhumans, make sure to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned about upcoming content. Thanks for your time.